kind of changed my life. And this is my probably only opportunity to thank Cliff's father. So, thank you very much.
Absolutely. What did
you are more than welcome. Anyway, I appreciate that, but I want to emphasize that really Cliff's mother, Jan, was a big help because she so encouraged Cliff, but she was never demanding. And so when you thank me, it really should go in spades in thanking his mother, because she was really a wonderful lady, and she loved Cliff oodles. So anyway,
all was good.
She was a wonderful lady, and she would have absolutely gone out of her mind in this wonderful festival that's going on here today. Really?
That's awesome. When he was growing up, was it you or Jan? Where did he get it? Where did he get the music from? Was there a lot of music in the home, or was what did you listen to?
Oh, I always liked music from the time I was a little kid. But as far as none of us, I had 4 brothers and a sister, and none of us really took up the playing of music. Our parents didn't encourage it. So, and then on Jan's side of the family, it was the same thing. So it was all Cliff's initiative. And what he told us, he liked the bass guitar that came on when Barney Miller, I think it was, the big music. And so he said, in 1975, he says, Mom and Dad, I want to play a guitar. Can you buy me a guitar and give me lessons? And as I've told people, we got him a cheap guitar and some cheap lessons, and he just took it from there. And it was a pretty goddamn good, successful. Okay?
You did all right. Any other questions? Who had I saw hand? There you go. Oh. No, go ahead.
He wants to ask a question back. He doesn't speak English. He wants only Spanish. How to explain?
We'll answer in similar language as well. Go ahead.
Si tú sabes, te das una idea de los fans de Argentina o del mundo cuando sacan un evento, un show, la venta de los tickets. Si ustedes tienen idea lo que para nosotros representa eso. No pensar más que en eso, en trabajar pensando en ese show y no ver el momento de poder estar en ese show.
If you, I guess it's for you, Toby. They said that since when you develop a type of festival like this or a big show like the ones that happen in December, when you tell the people all over the world that this is going to happen, if you are aware how important it is for a big fan like his that since he hears this first news that this is going to happen, all he's been thinking is how to get here, how to travel in the cycle 12,000 miles from Argentina just to be here for 2 days and have the opportunity to share whatever he can share with you guys. It's so big for him.
It's big for us. I started as a fan. I met Big Mick Hughes in Knoxville, Tennessee. We were Justice for All '88. We were doing the rehearsals in Knoxville, Tennessee, where I'm from originally. And I met you and Tony Smith in the parking lot outside. I asked you both, I was young. When you're young, you ask a lot of stupid questions. So I deliver, of course. I asked, my question was, do you make a lot of money, or do you make good money? And you and Tony both looked at me and said, I wouldn't fucking be here if I didn't. So I started out with a fan just like you. I put a museum together over here and stuff. I put the guitars here, and this was, I just was a huge fan. Do I understand what this means to you guys? Bet your ass I do. Absolutely.
And I think the band do as well.
Yeah, hi. Good week, Mick. I'm from Mexico City.
See you in a few months.
So, well, my question is, well, I have two questions. One for Ray and one for me. First, for me, like changing this, first you have Cliff, then you have Jason, then you have Robert. The sound of the basses, you know, being so different. I mean, Jason played with Pig, Cliff and Robert with fingers. Like, what was like the challenge or difference that you make, like, for the sound of the band live?
Well, I think, interesting question. Bass has never been a big instrument in Metallica since Cliff. I mean, if you think of Justice for All, very little bass guitar.
No bass guitar.
Hey, I wasn't going to say it, but
I did.
Jason played with a pick and was more percussive. Rob sort of plays with his fingers, but they could almost be picks because they're so hard. It's not much of a difference, really. I think it's just down to the individual musician what they do, you know. The bass, James has always been the person who sort of does the big bass thing really with his guitar. It's a little bit different now. I have changed the way I do it a little. There's a little more bass guitar now than what there may have been years gone by.
Okay, thanks. And my second question.
I'm going to let you break the rule and do two questions. I was going to only have one guest, now I have two, so go ahead.
And for Ray, well, first of all, it's an honor to be with you right now. I mean, your sound is one of my highest power, you know. And when Jason entered to the band, and when Robert came to the band too, I don't know, like, what do you tell them, or if they come, like, if you give them your blessing, or I don't know, you know, like, they're gonna get into a big feat, you know, with Cliff, being the replacement of Cliff, both of them, you know.
You were asking what went on with Cliff when he was joining the band? Is that what you're asking?
No. What he's asking is, what do you or what would you say to Jason Newsted and Robert Trujillo as far as offering your blessing and taking your son's, position?
Absolutely, they both of them. They played very, very good bass, and so all I could do is just wish them the best. And with both of them, I think the success that came with their joining the band just Jan was very enthusiastic about Jason. She thought he was very good, and so did I. And so we encouraged him to just go in there and he has a talent, just do it. And James was, I had heard of James before because Cliff Burton and James were with Ozzy, and so the talent was there before, and he's just a great player, and so we wish him all the best, for sure. I mean, it shows that it really maybe hey, well, there's one thing I want to say that I think after, I can't do it when I'm on stage, but I would like to, when I'm on stage, just turn and point to Big Mick and say, now there's a good sound man, folks, let's give him an applause.
That was cute, go on. You both been so influential, not just in the Metallica world, but obviously you can look around and tell we take this pretty seriously, you know what I mean? So you both played instrumental roles in what we've done, in what our careers have been. We would not be the same, obviously, we would not be the same without your son and his gift, for lack of a better term. We had a gift. I mean, it's not like you said how I'm trying to bass or you were a orchestra cello player or anything. I mean, we had a natural gift for music that you encouraged, which is a pretty important message for all of you who are going to be parents one day, as I am, is you can't discourage art, which is what that was. That was what was driving him, and obviously he was very, very motivated, and you weren't discouraging at all, which is I mean, really is probably why we're all fucking here right now, because you did that, and I think we should all just thank you for that. I mean, just for being a model parent.
I wonder whether Metallica would be around if it wasn't for Brad.
Absolutely, absolutely not. I don't think they would. I think if you asked James Hetfield that question, he would agree with us as well. But in large, I mean, he had a gift. I mean, he motivated those guys. He made those guys have to play better to keep up with him, because he was, when they first started the band, he was far beyond them musically, you know, way far beyond them, and they knew that when they were going to eating from trauma. You know, they had every idea of like, well, we might be out of our fucking heads with this guy because he's really, really good, but we're going to give it a shot. Thank God they did, and thank God that you were so encouraging as a parent. Thank you so much.
One of the things that always amused me is Cliff had this long hair, and he was born in Castro Valley, and it's a pretty conservative area, the East Bay. And anyway, Cliff had the long hair, and you know, he was kind of a hippie, and certainly not the. He didn't look a perfect citizen that a lot of the doctors that were had homes in Castro Valley. But the thing that always occurred to me is these people that object to Cliff and his appearance don't know him. And as a person that knew him, whether I was his dad or whatever, he was just very, very good and nothing like he appeared. And so anyway, that's it.
No, we'll all agree, you're welcome to ramble on as much as you want. You can tell them. I want to say 2 more questions, and then we're going to get these guys back to the jobs, and maybe you guys can say hello to them before they take off.
Hi guys, so a question for Mr. Burton. You know, everyone in this tent, I think their first Metallica concert was a very special event. Ray, when was your first Metallica concert? When and where? And what was your initial reaction to the music of Metallica?
Well, it was loud, and but my impression of it was that my son liked it. He liked to play it. So if it was good enough for Cliff, it was good enough for me. And I found out when I saw Metallica in their first concert there at the Stone in San Francisco that they were extremely enjoyable. So it turned from, well, I don't know, it's kind of loud because I grew up in the big band era, and there's a totally different type of music. Yet there are different types of music, and I love a lot of different kinds of music. And so this just happened to be one of them. And so anyway, I try to encourage him, and without any kind of rah stuff, because Cliff really didn't need that. So anyway, I liked it, and the more I heard it, the more I liked it because of the entertainment part.
Favorite song?
Favorite Metallica song, what do you got?
Orion!
And that was the shameless plug for our festival either. He's being honest, that's awesome.
No, that's a good story, I think. Cliff had this little machine that he could take over and take one type of the guitar and then the rhythm, and then, you know, he could, like Les Paul did with guitar playing. And he had this little machine, and he would be in his bedroom and record. And so one day he called his mom and dad in and said, "Hey, Mom and Dad, come and listen to this song that I wrote." So we go in there in the bedroom, and he started playing it, and it was a 3/4 time. I said, "Jan, you and I can waltz to this. How about that?" So
That's awesome. We're going to do one more question now. I want you guys to be able to just say hello to these guys for me. Wish them away in a golf cart as we do. You, sir?
Actually, it's really not really a question. I just want to say,